Hi, welcome to Gently Being. This week I just thought I would do a little video about what's been going on with me as I've been social distancing for almost 2 full weeks now, and some of the struggles and hiccups I faced and how I had to adapt and change some of the ways I approached my days to really cope with what's going on. This is just my personal journey and just sharing it because I think we learn a lot from each other, and everybody's situation's a little bit different, so how they're coping and adapting their day-to-day life with the uncertainty that we're now facing is a little bit different, but we can still learn a lot and grow a lot from what we learn from each other. So the first thing I really sort of struggled with was not having any sense of a routine, and to be fully honest, I didn't even really change out of my pajamas much or necessarily shower. I just sort of was wandering around the house I was in without really any sort of purpose or anything. And for me personally, what I knew I needed to do was to set a sense of routine for myself. And this wasn't a strict routine, but just an idea of, these are the things I want to move towards doing in the morning, and then shift to this in the afternoon, and maybe this in the evening. And by giving myself a little bit of a routine, I felt like I was taking a small bit of control back into my life, because right now a lot of us, I think, feel like we have no control. And it's very natural that we have a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. Our minds are, they work to protect us, and when they go into high gear when there's a lot of change and a lot of uncertainty. And for a lot of us, we're facing a much higher amount of change and uncertainty than we're used to. So our minds are just sort of working overtime with a lot of projections of what could happen in the future and what's happening all around us. And just by having a little bit of an idea of a routine, I was able to bring my focus back just to each day and what I was doing each day. And I've really found that to help me out quite a bit. One of the things I've also started to do that I have found hugely beneficial is I've added more time for meditation and contemplative practices throughout my day. So I have some in the morning and in the afternoon and the evening. And I just find it incredibly powerful in my life to help me ground myself and relax and let go of some of the, voices that are going on in my head that are very fear-based, and the stress triggers, they're just all around us. I've also really limited the amount of time I will spend reading the news and watching the stats, because the very beginning, I shared a video earlier how I had a lot of health anxiety, especially around the coronavirus, and I've been really following it since January when we saw how much it was growing in China. And I kind of go with ups and downs where I'm like following it at every moment, but when I do that, it tends to take over my mind space, and as you can imagine, isn't a healthy space to be in. So I like to stay informed and up to date, because I do think that that's important, but I now limit the amount of time that I spend to it, and also only look at certain sources that I know are responsible sources and aren't trying to just press the stress triggers. They're really just trying to share the information to keep us all informed. And I think that that can be very important and beneficial to most people. But again, we don't want to judge how other people are coping with everything that's happening, because everyone's path is a little bit different. But again, for me, it was really trying to limit the amount of time I was spending looking at the stats, especially the stats for myself, I have to admit. And just, again, shifting myself to just the moment that I was in and what I was doing. One of the activities that has been really great for me, and I'm lucky because I'm able to still go outside, and it's walking my dog, Cooper. And I just found every time that I'm out in nature again, taking some breaths and just feeling the fresh air on myself, and we'd slowly walk And I never ran into any other people while walking her so far, but I know that if I do come into see people around, we'll maintain that social distancing. But being outside can really help, again, especially when the claustrophobia is starting to come in. I mean, even just opening the window if you're able to and allowing the fresh air to come in and just taking some deep breaths to feel the world around you can be a really beautiful thing to do. And every time that the sun starts to shine, which isn't necessarily often where I live and what time of the year it is, but still when the sun is shining, just let that sunshine in, open all the blinds, even stand in it to feel its heat and, feel some life coming to you. I find that something that can bring a lot of joy for me. So these were just a couple of things that I've been doing to help bring myself back to the present moment and to not get just lost in the anxiety and lost and stuck within the fear. And it's important though to note that, again, everyone is coping with this in a variety of ways, and we want to show compassion and kindness to everyone and not judge them. And we also don't want to judge ourselves in what we're feeling. It's natural that we are feeling anxiety, that we're feeling fear. We want to recognize that we have that and recognize when it really starts bubbling up or making us spin, and honor that it's there. And I find it still very useful to just sit with it and breathe with it and even greet it in my mind, just being like, okay, hi fear. I know why you're here. And then when I stay with it for a few moments, it often will just loosen the grip it has on me and then bring myself back to the physical space that I'm in. And it's very useful, to notice what you're feeling. Notice what you see around you. Notice what you're smelling. Notice what you're tasting. This will bring you back to your physical body, back to the moment you're in. And sometimes that can be very helpful in, again, not allowing the anxiety and fear to just overtake you and overtake your days as well. Going forward, Gently Being is going to be sharing, some more meditations, and I think I will make some videos just showing, my daily routine, and I would love to see other people sharing videos about their daily routine. So if you have a YouTube channel that does the same sort of thing, please leave a comment with the link to your channel below so that everyone can go watch and we can learn from each other and support one another. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's always much appreciated. And please consider subscribing below and hitting the bell notification so that you know whenever there's a new video. Again, make sure that you are gentle with yourself and that you are kind with yourself and trying to spread that compassion and kindness to everything around you. And, much gratitude to everyone who is still out there working in the medical profession and our postal workers and the sanitation and all those services that are trying to help everyone deal with the new reality that we have at this moment. And just another, thing that I do is every day I at least take 2 to 3 different times throughout the day where I just sit and do a gratitude meditation, just sending that thanks to all the work that everyone is doing and all the ways that people are supporting and helping each other. And I found that to be just incredibly useful in not only bringing yourself back to yourself, but also, really loosening some of that fear by looking at all the wonderful things that people are doing at this time. So stay safe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back soon in just a couple of days with another short vlog.